It's an exciting time for Xbox lovers thanks to the Xbox One, and this TV integrating entertainment powerhouse is still intent on taking over your living room, controlling games, cable TV, music and movies, all from its big black angular box. Want to know more? Let's go. The first thing you'll notice is the Xbox One is a beast of a machine, which is all the more disappointing given it still comes with a chunky power brick. An almost identical controller sees a relocated Xbox home button, a recessed D-pad, smaller thumb rests on the analog sticks, and a battery compartment that doesn't protrude from the back. But those thumb pads seem too small, the D-pad feels rather cheap, and inserting AA batteries feels pretty last gen. But the triggers and shoulder buttons are curved more comfortably, and there's even haptic feedback in the triggers. Combining the Xbox 360 dashboard and the Windows 8 Metro interface, the Xbox One UI is clean, colourful and a little confusing. The endless 360 panes have been stripped back to just 3, pins to store your favourite apps and games, store, which is pretty self-explanatory, and home. Now the last thing you had open takes up the centre image, while the 4 underneath are ordered by recent access, and the box to the right represents the disk in the drive. But as system apps are represented by the same colour, they can look too similar for instinctual navigation. Then there's the rather hefty, bundled-in, revamped Kinect camera accessory, which now packs a 1080p sensor with infrared for seeing in the dark. It's also got a multi-microphone array for voice control, and that's primarily how Microsoft intends the Xbox One to be operated, with very specific commands. The majority of the time, it works brilliantly. You can turn the Xbox on or off, open apps and games, as well as perform endless other functions. And unlike before, it's generally very accurate and impressively quick to respond. Just watch out for failed instructions when there's other ambient noise, which can prove frustrating. But it's useful for recording clips and snapping apps, but grabbing the controller was a lot easier. And gesture control is a bit too fiddly for the UI as well. Kinect does, however, possess automatic login via face recognition and can even log a number of players in at once and automatically switch priority by instantly working out who's holding the controller, even when sitting 3 meters away in a dimly lit room. It also adds the best Skype functionality we've ever experienced, automatically panning and zooming to keep you in shot. And there's no denying that controlling cable TV through voice commands is pretty exciting. Disappointingly though, the one guide that fully integrates your PVR into the Xbox One UI isn't yet available in the UK, and without it, the TV functionality is massively hampered. For now though, you can adjust volume, pause and play, but you can't switch channels and inputs or access the EPG. Luckily, Snap, the Xbox One's picture-in-picture tech, is on hand, so at any time, simply saying Xbox Snap, followed by the name of any of the snappable apps, means it will appear on the right. Snap is also the only way to play Xbox music while gaming, but this feature lacks independent volume control. But switching between apps is quick and easy. Game progress is automatically paused while you mess around with other apps too, and will instantly resume wherever you left off. And as with the PS4, all games are installed, and begin installing as soon as they're slotted into the drive. Some games can even be played before the process is complete. Saved games are of course safe in the cloud, but you can't check hard drive capacity. Now the Xbox One arguably has a marginally better launch lineup, which is partly down to the brilliant Forza 5, Dead Rising 3 and Rise, which are more than spectacular. Big cross-platform games like Call of Duty Ghosts and Battlefield 4 may play at lower resolutions than on the PS4, but they still look and play great. Now one of the biggest changes is that you can now add anyone as a friend to get updates on their activity and appear as a follower unless they also add you as a friend, making it easier to connect with the people you choose. The addictive achievement system has also been ported over, along with your existing game score, and challenges have been introduced to set specific goals. Less of a nice idea is achievements awarded for non-gaming activities, such as listening to a song or watching a movie. Thankfully, these aren't added to your game score. And talking of movies, there's a variety of ways to watch them, with support for Blu-rays which play in 1080p, with support for Dolby True HD and DTS HD Master Audio. There are video apps too, and while Netflix wasn't available during testing and Sky isn't due until next year, Xbox Video has a massive selection of high-quality movies to rent and buy on demand, which are streamed rather than downloaded, with the one dynamically scaling picture quality to match your broadband speed. As with the PS4, the Xbox One is constantly recording as you play. Clips are saved in two ways: automatically when you do something special in a game, and manually via voice control. These clips then need to be saved in the Upload app, otherwise they're deleted. And here you can edit and share your photos, including sending them to SkyDrive, where they're stored for further editing and sharing. The Xbox One is a pretty ambitious console, but doesn't yet live up to its huge potential, so it feels like a bit of a gamble. But some software fixes can take care of all our criticisms, plus there's the added bonus of Forza 5. So with all that in mind, it feels a bit more like the beginning rather than the end. And if the Xbox One realises its potential and Microsoft delivers on its promises, that gamble will certainly pay off.